Hey y'all, it is your girl, the Braider. I am back with another voiceover video for you guys today. So I just wanted to show you how I do my cornrows and give a little bit of tips and tricks that I learned along the way. So first things first, when doing any type of style, you always want to make sure that hair is detangled. That will save you so much time in the long run. And if there are no tangles or anything like that, it makes everything go by smoothly. So here I am parting out his hair into 4 sections. He has a lot of hair, but he does have fine strands. So this was not too hard at all. Once we get those parts done, we can start working on our cornrow pattern. Now, one thing about me, I love cornrow patterns. They really don't matter what they look like as far as like designs, because I feel like most people won't be able to tell. Anyway, but I do try to keep them somewhat symmetrical, because once again, most people won't know unless they point it out. But yeah, so now I'm starting off with the middle section. This is where I usually start every single time. It doesn't matter which side I start from. If someone wants their left side to match up perfectly with their right side, then I would definitely take note of that before even starting. But since he didn't say anything about that, I went ahead and started in the middle. One tip that I learned while doing cornrows is to use small amounts of product so that you don't end up using too much or having to reapply over and over again. You also want to make sure that you're brushing through each row as you go to ensure that you're getting rid of any bumps or lumps in between rows. Another important step is making sure that you part correctly before actually starting the cornrow, because if you mess up the part, your whole entire cornrow will be messed up. So you want to make sure that you're taking your time when you're parting out these lines. The only other tip that I could think of while recording this video was to make sure that you hold down the roots firmly whenever you're pulling the hair forward. Just make sure that you're holding onto the root tightly, enough to pull the hair forward, but not tight enough to cause breakage. Also, whenever you're trying to figure out how many rows someone should have, just pay attention to how wide their head is from ear to ear. For example, if someone has a wider forehead, they may need more rows than someone who has a smaller forehead. And then after that, it's pretty simple. All you gotta do is continue adding rows until the person's head shape changes. Like for instance, if you were doing an undercut, once you reach the top of the undercut, you wouldn't add any more rows. Or let's say if you were doing some curls at the bottom of somebody's head, you would stop adding rows right before reaching the curls. So basically just follow the natural curve of the head and stop adding rows wherever the head starts changing its shape. So here I am continuing to work on the rest of the cornrow pattern. Again, I did mention earlier how I do tend to keep mine very symmetrical. Even though I said that, this client had a lot of hair, which made it kind of difficult to stay symmetrical. As you can see, there is a slight difference between both sides, but nothing crazy. There isn't a huge gap or anything like that, so I wasn't tripping about it. Here I am finishing up the last few rows. I ended up going back and redoing 2 of the rows just to make sure that they matched up better. And honestly, I still felt like they weren't perfect, but I decided to leave them alone anyway. My biggest advice for anyone watching this video who wants to learn how to do cornrows would be to practice on yourself, if possible. That way, you can familiarize yourself with different techniques without worrying about messing up anybody else's hair. And if you cannot practice on yourself, practice on family members instead. Practice on whoever you can find. Don't worry about charging them either. Just offer to do their hair for free until you become comfortable with doing cornrows. And once you do become comfortable, start offering services to friends and family for a discounted price. That way you can build up your portfolio and gain experience without spending money. And then eventually, when you've gained confidence, you can start charging full price. And if you're already experienced, don't charge full price immediately. Start low and gradually increase prices as you gain more clients. And remember, consistency is key. Keep practicing and improving your skills, and never stop learning new techniques. Always invest in tools and equipment that will help improve your efficiency and overall quality. And finally, please prioritize safety. Make sure you sanitize properly and wear gloves if needed, and always ask.
Thank you to my lovely assistants for helping me with the voiceover. I am truly grateful. And yeah, so if you do like my videos, I'm advising you to like, share, comment, and I will be back with lovely tips and tricks and how to braid, just letting you know what I do when I am braiding. And yeah, I do hope you enjoy having me around, watching my videos. And yes, this is the finished product of my hands, my finished art piece. I do hope you like it. Okay, ciao. So thank you for watching. Please support my video by like, share, or comment below. If you have a suggestion, please leave it. I'm interested to hear from you. What do you think about the braiding gel? Okay, thank you.